I am Monica Angala from Preta Nerd Burning Hell, which is a blog about nerd stuffs on a Black, female, and academic perspective. And I'm glad to get to talk with all of you about your work, especially on Jessica's show. And so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Good. Let's get started. First question is, when I was watching the show, I realized how the show is permeated with kindness in the songs and the plots and the interactions, and how this is perhaps connected to your own perspective on life. Is my perception correct? How much about this is intentional?
Oh, I think you are correct. We wanted very much to encourage kindness for not only for others but for ourselves as well. If we can create if we could write stories that showed and demonstrated compassion for others, but also compassion for ourselves, as Jessica is a person that is trying and trying and trying, and we're watching her. I don't want to say fail, but we watch her. We watch her trials and errors through the entire episode. We wanted to make sure that it was clear that it's important to be kind and patient with yourself, and that others are kind and patient with her as well.
Great. Tiffany, I've been following your posts on IG, and I've been thinking about your artistic process. What is like transforming aspects of everyday life and mix them with references and themes that are meaningful to you?
And thank you for looking at my work. My personal work is inspired by everyday people and everyday things. I hope that folks feel always that they're deserving of becoming artwork, and I hope that folks feel like they deserve to be stories and that they deserve to be seen, and that everyone can have a chance to be a main character. In the Jessica world, we did a lot of collaboration with our art director, Benjamin Anders. Our designer, design leads were Nick Wynn and Santino Loscano. Together with all of us on the team, we created a world that was vibrant. We wanted to bring that same philosophy into everyday spaces, that every space in your life, the store, your living room, your house, has the opportunity to be a magical, exciting place, something that is interesting and worth being in, because that's Jessica's world. She can't drive herself anywhere, so she has to see that her life is. We had to feel like her life was interesting, and yours is too. Your home is also interesting and fun if you're watching the show.
Thank you. Matt, Ben, and Tiffany, unlike contemporary animations, Jessica's world moves slowly as well as the people and the conversations are also paused. What kind of message do you want to send to the children through verbal and the dialogues and visual elements?
Well, jumping off what Tiffany was talking about, when the team was crafting the look for the show, we were trying to create, I feel like, a very soft, inviting space. I think we described it as like a warm hug, is what the feeling of looking at it should feel like. It really looks beautiful. And I think it was important for us to find a little bit of truth in the way the characters acted and behaved, to make, and I think there's a lot of truth in what Tiffany's talking about as far as Jessica not being perfect, that she's someone like you watching at home who is learning and is taking time to figure things out, and sometimes that can be empowering, sometimes it's just funny. So I think we were hoping to create something inviting, create something relatable, and just find comedy in like silly, fun places, just because kids are funny and they do all sorts of unexpected things. And our storyboard team and writers really brought that out, as well as our directors too. Yeah.
Thank you. When you were the other is since the show is about Jessica's quest for becoming more autonomous, how has being a new mother, Tiffany, shaped your perspective on children's autonomy?
Oh boy. Gosh, well, I think that I've always loved kids. That is why I chose to tell stories for kids. And I think having my own child really helped me understand how important it is when you accomplish anything. When you are so little, those accomplishments are it's unmeasurable how huge it is when you can lift your head, when you lift your hand for the first time, when you discover your fingers, when you hear jingle bells for the first time in your entire life and you realize everyone in the world knows this song. Well, everyone in your family knows this song as well. And watching that blow your mind, I think that perspective helped me really key in a different way to Jessica, that she's also experiencing all of these things, all new and all for the first time, and how important it is to celebrate when you experience these accomplishments, even something as simple as remembering your bedtime routine.
Thank you. And for finish, for you all, when you were a child, did you know somehow how wonderful you'd become?
No. This is beyond my wildest imagination to be speaking with you today.
And about you guys?
It's very wild to have grown up, watching cartoons and drawing and just for fun, and then to be getting to do that, to be getting to like just put those stories out in the world. I could not have imagined being able to do this as a kid. It blows my mind. It's very exciting.
Yeah, it's really hard I didn't see this coming when I was a kid, and now that I have kids of my own, I see it in them of being like, you're amazing and you're gonna do great things, and they struggle with it sometimes, and then I'm like, I'm trying to save them the pain that I had of self-doubt and lack of confidence, and be like, no, you got to get past this. But that's part of the process. That's being a kid, is you have to go through that. They're not going to skip ahead to being a confident adult. So it's just holding their hand and got to keep encouraging them the way I was encouraged. So eventually it does work out, and you find that belief in yourself. But yeah.
Great. Thank you guys for your attention and kindness. I will watch and talk about your shows and cheers on your success. For sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
have
much.
one thing to mention, that we had Gabriel Franklin was an artist on our show, a storyboarder and writer based in Brazil.
Wow.
Yeah, Gabe Franklin. He was really important to our show.
Incredible. Thank you for this information.
Of course.
Thank you and bye. Great.